Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? It's Quadir here, chopping it up with you guys again this week. Again, over a nice, slow, lo-fi beat and tapping in into something real. This week, we'll be discussing foundational Black Americans, what the term means, where it comes from, and why so many people are using it today. We're breaking it all the way down with clarity, context, and receipts. So let's get into it. Now, before I start rolling the clips from the people who actually coined and defined this term, such as Dr. Claude Anderson and Tariq Nasheed, let's talk about why it even matters in the first place. You see, check this out, right? We live in a nation that oftentimes loves to mix, remix, and misrepresent who we are. So the term foundational Black American is a term that we came up with no institutional help. No Democrats helped us come with it. The Republicans didn't name us. The government didn't name us. It's a term that we came up with for ourselves. You see, the term is specifically for the lineage tied directly to American slavery, Reconstruction, Jim Crow, and the cultural innovations that shaped the nation as we know it. Now let's roll the clips of the people who coined the term.
Heard about this term maybe 2 years ago. Do you have a book or an ebook about?
Yeah, I got a book. I got a book. Well, I got a book really talking about my experiences. It's called Foundational Black American Race Beta.
Yeah. Talk about this term. Where did it come from, and what inspired that book?
The term Foundational Black American, I really got that term from Claude Anderson. I'm a big student of Claude Anderson, and I would chop it up with him, not just in my movies, but I would have him on my podcast, and he would talk about how unique Native Black Americans are. He would use the term Native Black Americans, and he would talk about how unique we are as far as our lineage. We are a unique group, which is true. And I started using the term Native Black American, but sometimes that term would confuse people because they thought, well, do you mean a Cherokee who's mixed with Black? Do you mean a Choctaw who's mixed with Black? So that term would be somewhat confusing. So I said, let's do another term. Let's tighten that term up. So
now let's roll another clip of Tariq saying the same thing. Now he's mentioned this numerous times that he's gotten the term from Dr. Claude Anderson. So let's watch another clip of him saying the same thing.
Advocate for the culture for Black people in general. Talk to me about the FBA. Foundational Black America. What prompted you to create that and that whole thing?
Well, yeah, it's just a name that I came up with our lineage. Our brother Dr. Claude Anderson, great scholar, great philosopher. He's written a lot of books, and he's always talked about how Native Black Americans, meaning the people who descended from slavery here, that we are a very unique group of people. He's been saying that for decades, and I'm a big student of his. And when we're talking about reparations, we talk about who it's for. I would often use the term Native Black American, but sometimes people thought we were talking about Indians who mixed with Black.
So there was native.
The word Native. So I said, let me get another word in there that makes a little more sense, like foundational Black American.
Yes.
So we are literally Black people who are descended from slaves in America. We are the foundation of this country. There would not be an America without us, and we're the only non-immigrant group here. So our lineage is very unique. And then we have a lot of people who try to attack our lineage. They say, well, y'all Black Americans don't have culture. We are literally the culture of America. Everything that's positive about American culture comes from foundational Black Americans.
All right, so we heard Tariq mention Dr. Claude Anderson several times. So now it begs the question, who is Dr. Claude Anderson? So if you use Google, chat, whatever search engine you like to use to look for your information, this is what pops up, right? Yo, check this out. Look at this. It says Dr. Claude Anderson is a prominent businessman, author, and political strategist best known for developing the concept of Powernomics, a strategic framework for Black economic and political self-sufficiency. He is the president of Powernomics Corporation of America and the Harvest Institute. right? He's an entrepreneur. He built Waterland Fisheries. He's a political strategist, led President Jimmy Carter's Florida campaign, and served as a major planner and coordinator in education. He taught at all levels of education. He holds a doctorate. I mean, the man has a lot of accolades. Now, let's hear the man speak himself.
Native blacks versus someone that comes here from Bermuda or Jamaica or wherever they may they may come from that is black.
That's right.
And the purpose of that is what? Because you on the surface it would be like, hey, everybody here that's black gets treated a certain way. Why are you making that delineation?
That is an excellent point. You know why? Because you see, those people coming in from Jamaica or coming in from Africa, they have not been treated like black folk in this country. That's the first thing. And secondly, historically, they haven't had those historical experiences. They come in here voluntarily. When they come in here, they bring some cultural aspects from Africa. They can go back anytime they want. But the black people in this country have been exceptional people. Nobody's been mistreated, maltreated like them. Black folk are exceptional. They're the only people that came here forcefully, one. Two, they're the only people that denied their humanity. Three, they were the only people that denied a right to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Four, they were the only people that denied the right to participate in government. Five, they were the only people that denied the right to vote. Six, they were the only people that denied the right to have an education. Seven, they were the only people that denied the right to have a business. Eight, they were the only people that participated in every war that this country has had since its founding, but whose mother country has never been against this country. All those immigrants come from countries where they fought America, and they came in. And the seven, that they are the oldest and most patriotic people in the country. Not the Confederates in the South. They're not the most patriotic people waving the Confederate flag. The most patriotic people in this country are black people, native blacks, because you see 99% of all those blacks have been direct descendants of slaves. They've been here before 99% of all the other people ever arrived in this country. They are special people. And because they are special people, they need to be recognized, appreciated, and reparated for what they've done in this country and building this country. They're the ones that built the bridges, the roads, cut the timber, the trees, that cleared the land, raised the tobacco, cotton, indigo. They're the people that fought in every war to protect this country. The people coming from Africa or coming from Jamaica didn't. They came here voluntarily. And the most important point on this is if you lump them with black folk, then you give the dominant white society a justification to say we don't owe black folk anything. Mm-hmm. Because you see, the blackness, black people's blackness is more than just color.
All right, so we've heard from the two gentlemen that coined the term, okay? So and why they made it and did it. So now let's get into more of the uncomfortable part of the conversation where people think it's becoming divisive with other ethnic groups, other people. So let's get into it. I'm about to show a few clips that are uncomfortable to some, to most, but it's painting a picture and it'll help us understand where the uncomfortable conversations are coming from. All right, let's get into it.
To be paid for being, slaves and all that?
Reparation.
Are you talking about
Well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
It was
a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it.
That's what we, the Raza, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody gave reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first. We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group?
Now, I like to commend the guy on at the top of the video who's watching, reacting to the video. He ends up calling them out for the stuff that they said, which is commendable. So we're happy about that. So now we're getting into the next video, right? Now the next video is really interesting. It's a lot of people saying a lot of uncomfortable things, right? And without further ado, let's just get into the video and watch. You'll see what I'm talking about.
The
So then maybe
Caribbean,
it
and
wouldn't,
we
maybe it
didn't
wouldn't
really-
qualify for the American reparations.
Well, here's the challenge. There are so many difficulties with trying to enact reparations, in part because the question is who gets them. Potentially, I could fall into that category. I honestly have called a pipe dream in the past, and I think that's what it is.
Well, it would be nice if there was an elegant, simple solution to all sorts of complicated problems. You're not actually talking about how to fix those problems if you're only talking about reparations. If we're only debating how we're going to parcel out responsibility for something that happened more than a century ago. And we're probably never going to do this. It's not clear to me why we're pursuing this thing.
Is it fair that there's no reparations, no restitution, nothing?
Should the Irish get reparations, by the way? Irish need not apply signs when they came here during the Progressive era. I mean, how far do we want to take this down? Are we acknowledging that there are ugly spots in history? Because 60% of the world would be entitled to slave reparations if you wanted to play that game.
Well, here's a fact. Slavery ended 154 years ago. It's been a long, long time since we had slavery in this country. And you have people like my family. I'm black, but my family came to the United States in 1962. My parents are from Costa Rica. Do I get a check?
I did a couple of essay contests that I actually won. And I won like NAACP AXO award for this essay and something else. I can't remember another, like I ended up winning money. And the essay was, do you think black people should get reparations? And I was like, no, you didn't work for it.
Okay. So we kind of see where the diaspora wars are starting and coming from, right? Because of videos like that, popular people who has prominent voices such as Candace Owens, a lot of news anchors who are of other dissenting backgrounds, saying the things that they said, right, which is ridiculous to me, right? But here's my 2 cents, right? This is how I feel. Now this is me speaking, right? I personally don't care who you are, where you're from, what religion you belong to, what creed you follow. I don't care if you're the Pope, an imam, a pastor, black, white, orange, yellow, Hispanic, whatever. I don't want anyone talking about my money and what I should and should not get, especially if they're not from my family or group. That's ridiculous and it's highly disrespectful. And here's to popular people. You have Mr. Tariq Nasheed and Candace Owens in this clip here. Mr. Tariq Nasheed is highlighting the fact that Candace Owens is delineating and saying that she is of Caribbean descent. Alright, so check this out, right? So it looks like we've covered a lot of ground, right? And hopefully this cleared up a lot of misconceptions about the term, where it came from. It started off with Dr. Claude Anderson, but Tariq Nasheed tightened up the language of it to make sure there's no confusion as to whom we are specifying. On top of that, I think we also got a good understanding as to where all the uncomfortable conversations started from. All right.